Hello everyone, I'm Eric, and today I'm going to show you how to repair a shower faucet. I have a problem that many of us have probably dealt with before where you shut off your shower faucet and it continues to drip water almost to the point that it's a stream now. And you give those handles a real crank and maybe it slows down, maybe it sometimes stops, but over time it just gets worse and worse, and eventually you need to take it apart and fix it the old-fashioned way. So as you can see here, my faucet in question right now has kind of a slow drip. I can turn these are cranked to the point that like you really can't turn them any further. Much tighter than you should have to close them. And this has just been getting a little bit worse and worse over time. I actually replaced it a few weeks ago, replaced the washers, the seals in the faucet, but I'll get into that a little bit later. I think I used the wrong seals. So, they weren't good for a while, but over time they got worse and worse to the point that they're leaking again. So I thought, you know what, I've been through this enough times, I should show other people how to do the same repair. But also I found the proper seals for this faucet, at least I hope so, I think so. And so this should be the last time that I do this. So anyhow, the first step to doing this repair, since I'm going to actually be taking the faucet fixtures apart, is to shut the water in the house off. Here's my water shut off down here, and I've got a shop sink right next to it. So what I'm going to do is turn the water on so that when I shut it off to the house, let's see here, this one, then the sink should also stop here. Yep, so there you go. It's dripping, but the pressure in the house is gone. So now that that's off, I can go back to the tub, back to the shower, and take that faucet apart. So now that we have the water shut off, and of course you want to make sure we do by turning the faucet on, and so we don't have any hot water flow, no cold water flow. So we are good here. We can take these apart now. So, the first time I did this, it's pretty intimidating for, how do you get these things apart without breaking things or at all? But, this is actually a really simple setup. So first thing, we got to get these little buttons off. And, this kind of faucet, when you look at it, you might not even think that these come off. But they do, and actually they don't even come off very difficult. Just gotta get behind them and pop them off. That one's a little bit loose. That's my own doing, apparently from last time. Whoops. We'll take care of that. And then once I get those off, there's just a little Phillips head screw in here. Yeah, so that screw's loose. If I tighten that up, now it's nice and snug. I'm going to go ahead and loosen it up. I don't want it tight, so I can get this guy right off of here. And same thing for this one. Alright, so now we're almost down to the meat and potatoes of this job already. We'll twist these off, no problem. It's almost like I've been in here once or twice before. So now these are the actual valves. Behind these valves there's some seals that seal water when they're closed. Let's see here. So if I put this back on, you can see, I'm just turning this inner rod here that has kind of a screw threads inside here, so when you loosen it up it pulls away and unseals, lets water through. When you twist it in, it just pushes that seal against the fixture body and seals water off. So to get these guys off, we got a special socket. You can buy at pretty much any hardware store. Actually, there's probably 4 or 5 different sizes. I know that this size fits these. And all that I do is take a pair of, a wrench. Give it a little loosen up. And then that pulls right out. And I'll bet we're going to find that the seal on here is just coming apart. Oh yeah. Yeah, so here you can see the seal. It's just held in with a Phillips screw. And on this edge, it is pretty much missing. If I rotate it, you can see that there's a lot more, body to it there. Over here, it's just plain missing, so it's going to let water through there. Let's see how bad the other one is. Oh, hey, there's a problem. That guy's missing the seal entirely. So hopefully the screw is still in there somewhere. I might need to dig the seal out of the wall too, but yeah, that's a problem. I'm surprised we didn't have water just pouring out of here. So, alright, let's take a look inside the wall. Alright, so... Oh yeah, there's the whole guy. I'm gonna have to get a pair of pliers to pull this out. But you can actually see the whole seal sitting in there, and it looks like the screw, I don't know if you can see with the camera, but the screw is actually sitting in there too. So, I'll bet that that was actually in that, the piece I pulled out. I'll bet that the screw just unthreaded when I unthreaded it here just now. So then, yeah, that side I don't see really any signs of the gasket or anything in there. Although looks like we've got a washer there. This is the side that came out of there. Still has a washer on here. So if that is a washer, it's not hurting anything. I'm just gonna leave it sitting on there. But let's go get a pair of pliers and we can pull that guy right out of the wall and use that screw again. Alright, so let's see if we can't get this screw right out of here without dropping it, hopefully. Oh yeah. Look at that. Not much left of that seal. I guess I can see why it came apart when I tried to take it out. But yeah, the screw we'll reuse, the washer seal we will not. Okay, trying to get the rest of this seal out of here. And it is, oh, there we are. It's kind of hiding up there on the side. And I might need some pliers to get that out. There we go. Wow, hey, look at that. That is just, that came apart. So, I mean, that's a problem. That'll definitely make a faucet leak. So, now that we got that out, we can put some new seals on our, I don't know, valves, and put this thing back together. Okay, so now, let's see here. We've got our valves. This is the hot water side that didn't have any washer seal left on it anymore. And this is the cold water side that had a seal, but it's seen some better days here. So, let's see here. Let's start with the hot water side. So what I'm going to do is rescue this screw. And it's not going to come out that easy. Oh, here we go. No problem. And got some new seals to put in here. So here's where I went wrong last time. There's, well, I'm not a plumber, but as far as I know, as far as I found out recently, two different kinds of seals. This is a beveled seal, and you can know it's beveled because it has a taper at the end, like a cone. And that apparently is the wrong seal for this application. So I've recently discovered that there are, flat washer seals. Let's take a look at these guys. And this guy is not tapered to does not have a bevel. It's like a hockey puck. It's flat, and that should fit pretty well in the end here. Let's see, it maybe is a little bit small. Got a couple different sizes. You know, I didn't know what size I need, and these are like $2 a package. You get 10 in a package, like $2 a package. So you know what? I just bought a couple sizes. That looks pretty similar. So this is a 3/8 M. You can see the writing here, 3/8 M. Where'd that come from? Out of there. What is this? Well, that's a 3/8 M too. So it's a, oh shoot, looks like I bought two of the same thing. Well, that's not so good. So what is this? 11/16 outside. It's a good thing that they're only $2 a piece, right? So this one says 3/8 L. Maybe that means large. And you know, it's kind of the same, but it looks pretty good. I'm gonna flip it over so we don't have writing on the face, and put our screw into here. I've got high hopes for this. You know what, as I tighten it down, it kind of expands a little bit. That's pretty good. I mean, I kind of have it, you know, bending up from the edge. I don't know if that's good or bad or indifferent. Come on, camera, focus here. Maybe I'm too close. I mean, my camera's just junk. There we go. Yes, I don't know if, you know, having that bend up there is bad or good or indifferent, but, you know, it's pretty flexible. You'll loosen that up just a hair. And what I want is for this screw to, you know, stay on. Oh, there we go. Bottom it right out. Yeah, well, hey, you know, if it comes apart again, I know how to replace it again. So now the cold side, same thing. Off with the old. There we go. That guy was really in there. Yeah, I like how this one has almost more of a cup. You know, the seal likes to really sit down in there. I mean, that looks really good. You know, if it doesn't work this time, oh yeah, look at that. I mean, that sits right in there. If this doesn't work, maybe you'll just have to get a whole new, you know, piece for this end. You can see that it's kind of busted. You know, it's probably supposed to have that lip, but it's just gone. Let's put this screw back in. Tighten her down. Yeah, you know, that looks really good. This one looks not nearly as good, but will it seal? I don't care how it looks as long as it seals. Now, you could get an external leak too. It's possible to have water, you know, leak out of the inside here where the shaft goes through this fitting and leak externally and drip out of here. If you have that happen, then you can put a couple wrenches on here, take this guy apart. Then this shaft you can actually pull out the front, clean everything, grease everything. And there's another seal, another gasket that goes inside this housing. And if that gasket goes bad, it could cause water to come out. In this case, I don't have water leaking externally, so I'm not going to take it apart. But if you have that problem, you can fix it by taking this apart, rebuilding that. So let's put these back in the tub, back in the faucet, and see if we got this fixed. Alright, so we're back here again now, and we're going to put these guys back into the wall. So here's our hot water side that, you know, looks okay. Gasket's good. You know, one thing I want to do before I put these back in is I'm just going to loosen them up a little bit. Because what I want, you can see now how this turns when you actually turn your faucet. It kind of pulls back. So what I want when I put these in the wall is for this gasket to bottom out and tighten up these threads. I don't want it to bottom out against this first, otherwise I may crush this new washer before I actually tighten this up enough. So I want to loosen them enough that when I put it in, you know, it's not going to bottom out on that new washer. Alright, so there we go. Now another important thing, well, there goes my socket. Another important thing, once we get these installed, before I turn my water on, let's actually close the faucets. You're maybe wondering, you know, why doesn't he put this whole thing together before he closes the faucets? And the answer is because I want to turn the water back on and take a look in here to make sure I don't have any leaks before I put the whole thing back together and can't see in there anymore. So let's go turn the water back on. There we go, got water pressure again. So let's go ahead and shut that guy off, and let's go upstairs and make sure there's no leaks. So water is back on. Let's take a look in here. Oops. If I can get it to focus. Yeah, that looks nice and dry. So that's good. And this one has some stuff around it. But I don't see any signs of water in there either. So great. So no leaks from the faucet end. And equally as important, no leaks from the spout end either. I mean, that's why we're all here, right? Twist that guy on there nice and snug. And what you really ought to do once you get these on is take a little bit of silicone and put it around here just to water seal it. You can see my water is a little bit hard and got some calcium building up on there. Doesn't take long. Alright, and last, let's put these little caps back on. This one says C for cold, so make sure I put that back on the cold side. This one says H for hot, so back onto the hot side it goes. Easy as that. So there you have it, not a real tough job. And you know, many jobs are like that, where you look at it and you might think, geez, you know, there's plumbers out there that can do this, and I should just hire a professional and hassle-free have it done, but I don't know what doing like this would cost for a plumber. Probably $100 just to get them in your door, and for me it cost 50 cents worth of seals. So it's not a difficult job. You know, worst case is you try and get in there and you do it, and if something really goes wrong, you can always call the plumber anyhow and have them come and fix it. There's no shame in that. Better to try and try to learn something and maybe save some money than to not try at all, in my opinion. But anyhow, it's a pretty easy job, pretty straightforward. I hope that this video helps you. Please hit the like button, subscribe. I've got plenty of other videos similar to this that may be helpful to you. And just leave something in the comments. I'd like to hear from you guys. Anyhow, good luck, and I'll see you next time.